Hi families! So I just wanted to make a quick video to hopefully help you help your children with their reading at home. As you can see, reading instruction has changed quite a bit from when we were kids. It's a lot more cognitive and there's a lot more going on. It's a lot more about strategies and kind of understanding the foundations of reading, the phonological awareness, phonemic awareness, all of that kind of stuff. It's much different, and I just wanted to kind of clarify a few things because you might hear your kids at home say, oh, squealing E's or bossy E or all of these things, and you're like, what is that? I don't even know. So I just wanted to kind of break some things down using our poem of the week as an example. And the first thing I wanted to start with is popcorn words. So you probably heard me say like popcorn words popping into your head over and over again. And the reason popcorn words are so important is because up until about grade 3, so about pre-K to grade 3, popcorn words make up about 50 to 70% or higher of the text that your children will be reading. So when they know their popcorn words, that means they're not using a lot of strategies and a lot of time really trying to sound out those popcorn words or figure out what that word is, because they just pop into their heads. So I've just gone through our poem and kind of popcorned around all the popcorn words, and as you can see, there's quite a bit. So when your child recognizes these popcorn words and is practicing them at home, then when they look at a text like this, they already know at least 50% of the words, and they're not using a lot of brain power to try and decipher what those words are. Okay, so those are our popcorn words. Another thing that you might hear your child say is squealin' E's. So the reason we call them squealin' E's is because I always kind of highlighted them and wrote them riding on their skateboard and saying wee. So squealin' E's on their skateboard, wee. So that's another chunk that they can hopefully see and recognize right away. Squealin' E's. And then again, they're not trying to sound out like a short E sound or any other sound. They see that and automatically know that that sound is E. Another phrase you might hear them say at home is bossy E. So bossy E, or magic E, or silent E, there's lots of different words. I like to go by bossy E, and the reason I say bossy E is because bossy E makes the other vowel say his name. So say that long vowel sound. That's what saying their name means. So instead of your child saying w, a, k, e, w, a, k, they can see that bossy E making the A say his name, w-a-k. And then they know that that E doesn't make a sound and the other vowel is saying his name. So another example, sunshine. So we see that bossy E at the end, making the I say his name, the long I sound, sunshine. Okay, so those are a couple of the phrases I used pretty frequently in daily practice here, and just bombarding them with that message, and so when they see it, they know it right away because they're hearing it from me all the time. So I'm hoping that we can kind of keep the language consistent at home, and that might help you when you're helping them learn how to read. I know it's a really tedious process and it takes a lot of patience, but I know that you're just working so hard at home with your children, and I'm really grateful. Another thing you might want to just be aware of is rhyming words. So when I say like what is the word family that it's a part of, so for example, seed. So eed is the word family. That's the rhyming part of the word, eed. So if I say what else is in that rhyming word family, you could say weed, need, greed, lead. So that's the eed word family. Okay, so just recognizing those rhyming families really helps your child kind of with their basic writing and reading skills. They say that rhyming is a really important foundational skill to reading. So the more that you point those things out, the more that they'll catch on to it. It doesn't have to be a really intense, explicit lesson every single day, but even when you're reading a book to them at night, I hope you're reading to them at night, and just noticing like Oh, tiny plant. Ant. What else rhymes with plant? And it can be very informal, and hopefully your child will say ant, can't, went, and we call those nonsense words if it is in fact a word that rhymes, but it's not a real word in our English language or in our dictionary. We just call them nonsense words, but I still acknowledge them as a rhyming word because I still want them to be validated that they're getting it figured out and they're understanding those rhymes. So it's okay if it's not a real word. It's a nonsense word, but it's okay to still validate it and say, yeah, that rhymes. Like, can you think of a real word that rhymes or something like that? The thing about working with children, grade 1, grade 2, everything has to be really explicit. We can't really just assume that they know these things. Like, you really have to model all of your thinking out loud, and they really pick up on that implicit teaching as well as the explicit teaching. So if you just notice these things out loud and you are consistent with that, they'll pick it up too. If you're trying to sound out a word like wonderful, you know, you could, I don't know if you watched my video, see the sound, so you're giving them those prompts, on, and oh, on, there's a chunk that you know, they should know how to spell on, one, and you're giving them those prompts of and they'll say, oh, mixer, ER, wonder, oh, okay? So I know that there's a lot that goes into this. I know that everyone's doing their best, and I just want to give you any support that I can. Just all of you together, we're all in this together, right? So anything I can do to help, just please let me know. So it's a lot of just thinking out loud. I think that's the best way to support your children at home. And then just working with them, noticing texts, kind of breaking it apart in these ways, and just figuring out what strategies are being used. What strategy could you use? And that's why I make these My Strategy Monday videos, because really that's the foundation of all of this teaching. These strategies are something that they'll use forever, and to understand how to decode these texts, it just makes everybody's life easier, and these skills will, like I said, carry them through. Okay, so good luck. Let me know if I can help in any way, and yeah, I'm just a message away, so have fun with it, and don't stress. Just take a breath, and remember to be mindful and practice mindfulness. I'm trying to give you some resources with that too. It is Mental Health Awareness Week, so just make sure you're really taking care of yourself, doing a little self-check-in. How are you doing really? What do you need to feel a little bit better, or a little bit more confident, or a little bit calmer? I know it's a crazy, crazy time, but just do what you can to take care of yourself so that you can take care of others. That's what it's all about here. We're still a family, so let me know. Let me know if I can help you in any way. I'm here to support. Okay, till next time.